Okay, good morning. So, continue on directives concerning tefillah. In answer to your question, if you should daven early when you're up the entire night, or you should sleep a little beforehand so that you can prepare for Hashem. This is very pertinent because Shavuos is coming up. Shavuos is 3 times a year. It says in a Yom Yom that we don't say Kriya Shema Lamita. In other words, the Shema Yisrael before you go to sleep. What are the 3 times? One is Shavuos, one is Shvi Shel Pesach, the 7th of Pesach. We stay up the whole night. This is the Lubavitch, they didn't sleep. And the last one is when? Shana Rabbah. Shana Rabbah, the minhag is you, the day before Simchas Torah, Shmini Atzeres, you stay up, first of all, Chatzos, which is usually around 1 a.m. You say Tehillim with the Tzibur, and that ends around 2:30. And then after that, you stay up, and if you didn't finish the Devarim, it's a minhag that you finish Sefer Devarim, and the other things we do. It's a very holy night. So what do you do about the next day? You go to sleep. Let's say you stay up till 5:30 or something. That's when Alois Shachar is. That's when the morning is. And the minyan's at 10 o'clock. So do you sleep for 3.5, 4 hours? Or should you just try to stay up a little bit more and daven Netzachama, and then go to sleep? So the Rebbe answers, it depends on how much you can say strong that sleep should not catch you. I did not hear any instructions for this, but according to my opinion, since one has to have proper intention when davening, and if one does not, then his davening is invalid. Therefore, in general, it's better to do it the second way. Right? The second way means that you sleep a little bit. This applies especially to Hasidim Anash who heard or learned about davening. So, two ways: daven right away or sleep a little bit. The Rebbe seems to imply for most people that it's better to sleep a little bit and then daven. Now, somebody's an exception. Some people maybe would make them worse and everything if they slept a little bit and very hard to get up. Then maybe consult with the Mashpia, consult with the Rav. But generally, for most people, it's better to sleep a little bit rather than try to daven when you stay up the whole night, because it's going to make you too tired. Okay, now another thing, another instructive from the Rebbe. One should learn Chassidus every morning before davening, even if he has no time. Or if a person's in a rush. They go to an early minyan and to be in work, and let's say the minyan 6:30 in the morning, and like, wow, they're getting up in the 5s and getting to mikvah korban. That's everything you need to do. Just, even if you have no time, at least you should learn for 5 or 10 minutes. At least you should learn. I once heard the story from the legendary Mashpia Pinya Korf, and he said that he was speaking to one of the Butmans, very, very choshev family in Crown Heights, and he had an issue that Butman, that there were 2 minyan. One was too early, and if he would go to that minyan, it was very hard for him to learn Chassidus. And the next minyan was later, he could learn Chassidus, but he would come to work or whatever he needed to do, his responsibilities late. So what did the Rebbe advise him? The Rebbe said, learn Chassidus at night. Learn Chassidus, make your hour, if you want to learn an hour, whatever it is, at night. And in the morning, before you daven, do 5-10 minutes chazer what you did. I mean, the real learning could be at night. And in the morning, you just review a little bit. But he says at least 5 or 10 minutes. Nobody should ever get in a habit where they come to a shul, and the minyan is there, they just come 5 minutes before the minyan, and all of a sudden everything is korbanos finished, and they're tefillin and talis when they're married, and that's not the way we daven. We come to shul early, say korbanos, we learn Chassidus, and in emergency, he says, this is referring to somebody who has no time, you do at least 5 or 10 minutes. If you have time, obviously you come, you learn for Chassidus, you learn Chassidus a half an hour, an hour. It's just a Talmud learns Chassidus an hour a day. Somebody learned it in Lubavitch Yeshiva. So really, if you have a minyan to go to, let's say you're able to go to a later minyan, a 7:30, 8:30 minyan, the proper thing to do if you daven an 8:30 minyan would be to arrive, I would say, maybe around 7 a.m. or something. Let's say that's your schedule. Get there 7 a.m., mikvah, you say korbanos, you learn an hour Chassidus, and then by the time 8:30 is ready, you already have a lot of preparation behind you. Okay. Next, concerning your question, if you should think Chassidus before davening, so he writes over here, it's a proper thing, as Halacha and Shulchan Aruch rules, that before davening, one should think about the greatness of Hashem. So thinking about, in other words, we just learned the Maimer, learning Chedesh Shlishi. So the point of learning before davening is that you connect it. You think about what you learn. You take a concept. You take Amalikol, Musavikol, Avram Avinu, the Ava, the love that he got, and you try to apply it to the davening. In fact, it's a dinim. It's a halach in Shulchan Aruch that before we daven, we're supposed to think about the greatness of Hashem and the shifus, be subjugated and be humble, and that makes the davening more alive. And number 4, next one, going to the mikveh. What about going to the mikveh before davening? So going to the mikveh in the morning not only affects the learning of Chassidus, but also the purity of the body, and in general adds in the strength of one's faith and causes Hashem to rest on him. So look at all these great things you get by going to the mikveh. You have faith, you have the Shekhinah dwelling upon you. This applies specifically to the youngsters and those who live in Eretz Yisrael, the land in which Hashem's eyes are on them, from the beginning of the year until the end of the year. It's specifically Eretz Yisrael.
Why Eretz Yisrael?
I'm not sure. I was thinking the same thing. It's a mikveh.
Can you repeat that, Rabbi? I'm sorry, I didn't catch it.
No problem. Going to the mikveh in the morning not only affects the learning of Chassidus, does that for sure, but also the purity of the body, and in general adds in the strengthening of one's faith. So if you have a more emunah, every Jew wants to have a emunah. They want to be penetrated with a belief, a trust, a reliance on Hashem. Sometimes the Yetzer Hara tells us to do situations which are selfish, which are not from the best motive. So how do you strengthen your emunah and realize that if I do the right thing according to Torah mitzvahs, everything will work out the best possible way? You have to have emunah for that. You have to have complete trust that what's going to happen is dependent on Hashem. So one of the ways we do this is we go to the mikveh. It strengthens our faith. It causes Hashem to rest on you. And he says it applies especially to youngsters who live in Eretz Yisrael. I'm not sure, to answer your question, why the Rebbe said Eretz Yisrael. I would think that's a very pertinent thing for those outside of Eretz Yisrael also. America and France, South America, Australia, they should all go. But the Rebbe specified Eretz Yisrael.
Maybe Eretz Yisrael is more holy land. You need to always...
Maybe. That could be. Yeah. He says here that Hashem's eyes are on you from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. That goes to Eretz Yisrael. So maybe you have an extra boost if you do it in Eretz Yisrael. Okay.
The mikveh is also represents Shekhinah, you said?
He causes the Shekhinah to dwell upon you.
Okay.
It's one of the wonderful suggestions. A really great way to prepare for davening. You just wake up. If you can make a schedule, for example, here we start at 8 o'clock. Think what time you have to wake up. It's a Beis Menachem has a mikveh. When he was a pool, Rabbi Gazinski has a kosher mikveh in his backyard. It doesn't cost anything if you want. And it's on the way to Yeshiva, only 3 blocks away. If you want to make a schedule to stop in the morning and figure. First of all, it's like becoming a reborn. It's like a new person. You come out, it's like coming out of your mother's womb. Like you come out and everything's fresh, but it causes that the learning should be more internalized, a clean body, and the strengthening of amun, of faith and everything. So it's a wonderful thing. And also, I guess from a physical aspect, it wakes you up a little bit. You're tired, you just had a whole night's sleep, you're in a somber, you're in a slumber, and you come out and dry up, come to Chassidus, have a coffee if you need. It gives you a fervor, it gives you an energy to be able to start your day correctly. Okay, we'll do one more, and then get to the minor. Regarding the emergence of Ezra, that's referring to going to the mikveh for men, and like affecting one's health, etc. Our Rebbe made it known that they take upon themselves going once that will not damage. Some people say this in the name of the Baal Shem Tov. So in other words, sometimes the person comes to a mikveh and they might say, I don't know, this is it's too cold, the mikveh. Is it safe to go in? Maybe it doesn't look as clean as it should be. So the answer to that is that Rebbeim took upon themselves. That's some people say in the name of the Baal Shem Tov. If you dunk once, you're protected. If you do twice, 3 times, that's your own business and everything.
If it's boiling hot, though,
You could do it. The Rebbe,
you'll get burned, though.
okay, I'm not talking about it. When you say boiling hot, I'm not talking about literally. If you literally see bubbles and everything coming up, I wouldn't suggest going there. But if it's hot,
But if the Rebbe said that you'll take responsibility, then you mean that even if it's boiling hot, someone won't get burned.
so I would say the Rebbe wasn't talking about accidents. Nobody who sets a mikveh in their right out mind would set the temperature to 212 degrees so it actually boils and everything. So the Rebbe, we're not talking about an accident. Now, if it's 180, it's 160, it's still hot and everything. Whatever it is, you could go in once, and the Rebbe will take a responsibility. But anything medically dangerous, which is going to cause skin damage and everything, I would say that the Rebbe is not speaking about accidents and everything. He's speaking about the regular. Okay, to be continued.
Yeshiva Torah Ohr of North Miami Beach.